Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Sign him up for the Box of Bait Club and he'll never be hungry again. The Box of Bait Club is a brand new dream come true for every fisherman. Something new and different in your tackle box every month. Every month, another excuse to get outside and do what you love. Don't let this one get away. The Box of Bait Club is currently accepting a limited number of pre-orders with subscriptions starting at $39.95 per month. Find out more now. Log on to boxofbaitclub.com.
I'm just so happy my father had a chance to see his kids before he passed. I just want to say thank you.
When her father fell ill, the American Red Cross was able to help get Veronica's brother home from the Navy to speak to his father one last time. It's thanks to your donations that we can connect military families when they need it most. Please donate today at redcross.org.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-616-8010. That's 1-800-616-8010. Again, 1-800-616-8010. Call now.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom133.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom133.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom133.com. Go to freedom133.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom133.com.
Attention business owners. We know that owning a business means getting things done right now. So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company. General Steel. We can design a building for your business quickly and save you thousands of dollars. That's right, thousands. You may think General Steel only builds large projects or that you can't afford General Steel quality. Well, check these prices. How about a 40 by 60 foot building for under $22,000 or even a 50 by 100 for under $35,000? That's right, a 5,000 square foot building for under $35,000. And these buildings all have General Steel quality. Best of all, you can still order a building and have it delivered in time to build this year. How's that for right now? So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company, General Steel.
800-393-5756. 800-393-5756. 800-393-5756. That's 800-393-5756.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
Boy, man, I had a rough night's sleep. Boy, whew, I got a letter from the IRS yesterday and I just couldn't sleep. Man, I'm dying here. Somebody help me.
IRS problems affect more than just your finances. If you're ready to take back control of your life and you owe more than $10,000, you need to call the tax doctor. Their expert staff can immediately protect you from the IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guaranteed. The IRS has recently released new programs geared in helping struggling taxpayers, where you may qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out up to 85% or more of what you currently owe. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the tax doctor right now. See if you qualify to pay less. 800-989-1694. 800-989-1694. 800-989-1694. Again, 800-989-1694.
You want to know what time it is? It's time to bring the rain.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
Here on the Rod Eccles Show. I am, of course, your lovable host, Rod, and I am, of course, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire, where the state motto is still, live free or die. It is not big government or bust. And yes, I did check again today, and it hasn't changed. I know they're probably out there still trying, because as I said before, people seem to outside of the New England area, they kind of like the state motto. They're not negative on it. They don't view it as something being negative. You got a bunch of Democrats running around here thinking that live free or die, man, that's negative and that's just terrible. And people think that we're these stupid Yankees that hunker down and. No, people don't. They actually kind of like the fact that we'll stick to our beliefs of freedom. The interesting thing is that here we're in the United States. New England is a place where the country got started. The thought and the birth of the country got started here in New England. I mean, the shot heard around the world at Lexington and Concord Bridge, the Boston Tea Party, all that kind of stuff. There is a tremendous amount of American history in this region. And yet this region, the vast majority of it has been taken over by a bunch of liberals who are now ashamed of that American history. I find it really kind of interesting, if you will. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. If you are, can you be ashamed of your own history? Why would you? It's not like we're well. I know that the American history. It's not all perfect. There are some dark spots in history. With any civilization, there's always some dark spots. Some civilizations, like the Nazis, that's all it was dark. But you know, we attempted, at least throughout our history, we've seen where we've attempted to try to take some of the dark spots of our past and to brighten them up. I mean, sometimes it's taken us a while, but I don't see any other nation on the planet really, truly trying to better itself and its people by changing what they don't like about their past. I mean, not changing the past, but changing, slavery. Oh, yeah, we had to go to war to end it, but once we did, there were people in this country that fought for over 100 years to make sure that it would never, ever happen again and try to make everybody in the country equal, have equality. What other country has done that? And we didn't do it in a way that says, well, now you can't say this and you can't do that. No, we just said that everybody deserves a shot, an equal shot. And now, we've gone from a slave-owning country, to having a president who's black, he's not descended from former slaves. That would be something different. And, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, I do believe that they have slave descendants in their families, in their past. And I've always brought this up, and I still haven't gotten an answer. Why is it that Barack Obama was so wonderful? I mean, after all, we know for a fact he's half white. He's not. Well, there is a specific definition for mulatto, which does not fit Obama simply because his father was not 100% black African. But if you want to go to the model of being, loosely terming somebody as a mulatto, which is not a bad term. I know some people think that it's terrible. No, it's not. It just describes a particular ethnic background. If you want to go to the loose term of mulatto, that would be Barack Hussein Obama. So he's not an African American. He's half black. He's half African, and he's half American. But he's not what we would normally term as being African American. That is not Barack Hussein Obama. However, that's Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. And they're not half white or anything like. As far as I know, they're 100% African American, and all that entails. But they were never looked upon very seriously by the white liberals in the white liberal establishment as being clean and articulate. Those are Biden's words, by the way. Why in all that time did not the Democratic Party hold up Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson as such a wonderful example of African Americans rising to the occasion? Well, how did it come about that it was Barack Hussein Obama? Because maybe he was half white? No, he wasn't 100% African American. He wasn't African American at all, but he wasn't 100% African American even if he was. He's just half. He was half white. He had a white mom and he grew up in Hawaii and in a foreign country called Malaysia. And his grandparents were white. His grandparents were communist, and his mother had communist sympathies, and she hung around with blacks. She hung around with radical blacks, like Malcolm X and things like that. But his mom had a masculine name like Stanley. Is that I don't know if Jesse Jackson's mom had a masculine sounding name, would that have been better? I can't get an answer from liberals on this. Why is it, or how is it? Barack Obama, when you hear him speak, he doesn't sound any more articulate or better than Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson, really. He really does. He doesn't have, he's still got an act. I'm still wondering where Barack Obama got that stupid urban accent. He grew up in Hawaii, for crying out loud. How many black urbans was he hanging around in Hawaii to get that stupid accent? I mean, that's like somebody who was born and raised in the North for 50 years, going down south and all of a sudden speaking in a Georgia Southern drawl. I mean, that's just fake and phony as can be. Well, so